What's going on, people, and welcome to another episode of Too Many Games and Not Enough Time. Yes, quarantine is still going on, although it's been relaxed. Shops are opening again. People are going to start going back to work slowly but surely. But we are still in a pandemic. It means no raving. Stop having pool parties. There shouldn't be 15 of you up in your brethren's yard. It's not that time. Now, right now, I have a very talented gamer. Now, this guy does not play about when it comes to fighting games. You get me? This guy is toured around the world, mashing man up on Tekken, mashing gal up on Tekken. He doesn't care, man or gal, he'll back you up on Tekken. He is a streamer, he is a content creator, and he is an amazing guy. The one and only King Jae in the building. Welcome to Too Many Games, my G.
Yo, thanks for having me, man. It's good to be here, man.
How are you doing, man? How's quarantine treating you?
I mean, it's definitely different. It makes a lot of people humble about, just life things. I feel like I've been able to stream a lot, but, I still want things to go back to normal now, man. I feel like I want to be able to travel. I want to be able to do things. There ain't really much to do other than I'm a content creator and streamer, so there ain't really much to do other than just do content creation and stream at this time. How you been through quarantine?
I'm good, I'm good. Obviously, like I don't stream, and all of the content I do is always outside, so like with GGR and me presenting on Jinx. So this has really made me have to really use my creative juices and do a lot more content from home. So the Too Many Games series has come. I'm doing reaction videos, a Platinum Final Fantasy 7 remake that we're going to be gassing about soon, and so I did some content around that. So yeah, I just had to buy a lot more equipment and just kind of invest in myself from producing from home. But other than that, yeah, the same. Like it's difficult, but main thing is that I'm healthy, my family's healthy, and I'm alive. So if it means all I gotta do is stay in my yard to be alive, I'm gonna stay in my yard, innit? I'm not gonna act like certain idiots out there. But we're not even gonna get too political on them, because on Too Many Games, I like to find out what people are playing now. COVID-19 is running rampant on the planet, so you've got a little bit more time on your hands, because as much as you're a streamer and you'd always do that, you'd still be at all the events, you'll still be traveling around the world, so you've got a little bit more time in terms of being able to just sit down and play games. What are you playing?
So at the moment, I've been loving Streets of Rage 4. Streets of Rage 4 has been the game that I've been replaying over and over again. Final Fantasy 7 was the game I was playing, but I've kind of just sat that one down now because I've completed it. I absolutely love the game. I always play Tekken. I'm starting to go back to Killer Instinct and Street Fighter 5 now. I think I want to play Valorant as well. I ain't even got around to playing that. I'm looking to try and play that this week. Yeah, that's about it, man. I've tried to go back to the games before.
So let's start at the beginning. So Streets of Rage 4. Now people are losing their mind over this game. Now what I think's really weird about this is when it was announced, like people kind of said, oh yeah, that looks sick, but there wasn't that much talk about it. There wasn't that much press about it. It was kind of really under the radar. Like I know quite a few people who played it at EGX and they said, right, it had that old school feel, but now it's released, everyone's losing their mind about it. What is it that you love about it?
I feel like it's just the fact of, this game is what I used to play as a kid. And then, it came back and yeah, exactly what you said. It was announced and stuff. It was like, oh yeah, Streets of Rage 4. I wasn't exactly, I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't exactly too ecstatic about it. I was like, oh okay, Streets of Rage 4. But when I found out it's out and I went to go and play it, I was like, whoa, this game is so good. Now the reason why it's so good is because, the way the story is good in this game, the movement isn't so great, but just the way the replay value of the game, and that's one thing that in most games that I kind of look for is the replay value, because once I complete it, I was like, hey, I want to complete it again with a different character, and then I was like, hey, I want to complete it with a friend, I want to complete it with three other people, should I say, because it's 4 player, you could do co-op and stuff like that. So yeah, like I think it's just the replay value, the way how it is, the music is amazing, the bosses are good. I just love the game, man. I just love to just keep on playing the game.
People have been like loving the combos. They've been saying the combos in the game are really incredible. Do you think that taps into like your fighting game-esque?
Yeah. I loved it in the combos. Even like when we do 1v1 and it's not against like, you know, story mode or anything like that. That type of stuff I think is very, very fun because you get to explore the combo system and stuff like that. So yeah, I think, like I said, I think the game is so good. It's so fun. You know, they have a different design in terms of the characters, the backgrounds and stuff like that. The music is, you know, its own thing. And yeah, I just love the game, man. The game is it's such a great game.
All right, you know how much I love Final Fantasy VII. Like, you know that is my game. But what really surprised me was when you finished playing it, you said to me, this is the best PlayStation 4 game.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
how, like, why do you love the game so much? What is it about it that just connects with you?
I feel like the OG Final Fantasy VII was the game that made me think, oh, yeah, you know, I love this game. I never really thought of a remake because the game was so long. So it was like, all right, cool. This game is so amazing. But then when they actually done a remake, it was like, what could they do to capture us more than what the old game did? But then when you look at certain things like, you know, certain stages where the wind blows the character's hair, like just a small little detail, the sound, the music even, because we know that Final Fantasy is known for its music as well. The music, you know, the non-playable characters and how much how important they are, like just certain little things like that kind of caught me more into the game. And, you know, where it is, I don't want to say spoilers, but where it is in the first part of the remake, that was like, let's say 6 hours in the OG one. So for it to expand to, you know, 40 hours or 30 to 40 hours is actually incredible to me, because it's like, well, they've expanded on certain things that we did not know about and added a couple more characters and stuff like that. But yeah, now this one, yeah, it's so
incredible.
Good.
So yeah, good. And fam, like, come on, you're a fighting game. You're a fighting guy. That's what you do. Tell me how sick the fighting mechanics are. Like when you're Cloud and you're just chopping up the plays and you fling over to Barrett and he's just busting off shots, and you go to Aerith and she's healing you, and you go to Tifa and Tifa just licking man up, fam.
Yeah, nah, it's definitely the battle system. I wasn't too fond of it before the game came out, because looking at it, I was like, this is not going to be the same as how OG Final Fantasy was. But when you actually play it and you get into the system, it's actually so sick. There is like 1 or 2 flaws with the system, but you know, the actual freeze frame, and you know, you're deciding what to do while the stuff is happening. Oh man, it's different levels, man. I love the Final Fantasy VII remake, like without a shadow of a doubt. Like I really do. I can't wait to see what they do with the next couple, because episodic. I can't wait to see the other Final Fantasy VII remakes as well, and where they take the story.
Yeah, it's dope, man. Well, we're going to dive into this even more on your channel, so make sure you check out the video of me and King Jae, like, basically dissecting why we love Final Fantasy VII Remake. All right, you're a fighting guy. Like, that's what I know you for. Like, you was a professional professional Tekken player.
Still am.
Yeah, and but you've extended your brand. So your brand is being a professional player, being a streamer, being a content creator. Yeah. What is it about Killer Instinct that's brought you back? Because that's very surprising, because Killer Instinct is old school. I love some Killer Instinct, but what is it that draws you back to it?
Alright, so you see, here's the thing. With fighting games, the online is not great. So games like Tekken, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, these games online are not that good. Purely because of just the way how they're designed. These games, I think Street Fighter 5 has rollback, but the way how the game is, it's just not good online. Killer Instinct, to me, the one on Xbox and Steam, to me, those are the best online netcode that you can have for a fighting game right now. Well, just in general, it's been like that for ages, but it's just that there wasn't a large fan base for the game because it was only on Xbox and Steam. There's a lot of people that have PlayStation that can't get access to Killer Instincts, and that's what kind of made the support base for the game what it was.
Okay.
But but now that everyone's in their house and it's like, hey, like we gotta rely on Tekken, we gotta rely on Street Fighter, gotta rely on MK, and then online's got worse since the whole lockdown. So it's like we're all like, oh, okay, so what do we do now? And people looking at Killer Instinct, because Killer Instinct is a part of, you know, Evo online. It's like, well, everyone's like, wow, you know, to me, I always loved Killer Instinct anyways as a kid. Again, that's another thing as a kid.
That's really interesting, because that's something, like me as a gamer, like I love gaming and gaming's my life, but I would never think to myself, I need to play a specific game because of how the online connection is, because fighting games are all about timing, innit? It's like fighting games and shooting games is all about timing. If the timing's off, if the frames are off, like it's just not gonna work. And obviously if you're playing like professionally and the internet timing's off, it's just gonna mess up your whole game. So that's interesting. I didn't even think of that. All right, so another complaint that we have as gamers, as we've got large backlogs, so much games, truckloads of games. Why is there so much games and we ain't got time to play them? So you said Valorant is something that you're interested in to explore. What else do you want to play from your backlog?
So I need to finish off completing the Yakuza series. So I'm on Yakuza Kiwami 2. I think Yakuza 7 is coming out in England. Well, the Western release is going to be coming out soon. So I really do want to get through a lot of the Yakuzas. I've done complete Yakuza 0 and Yakuza 1. Yakuza 2, I was like near the end, but I just never got around to doing it. So I want to complete all the rest of the Yakuzas. I think those are the only games right now that I feel like I need to complete is the Yakuza series. I could go back through Final Fantasy and do hard mode, but I don't know if I will do it. I'm unsure, but I could go back through it and do that. But Streets of Rage I've already completed loads of times. I think it's the Yakuza series. I'll still play the games that I usually play. So like, you know, the Tekkens, the Street Fighter. I always play ranked matches with those stuff. That always helps me, and I always like to learn new characters and teach. But in terms of like playing the game and actually completing it, the Yakuza series is definitely hot on the list right now. And I think that's it for me. Just the Yakuza series.
So I've never played the Yakuza series just because it's silly, but I just don't like playing games where there's no English dialogue. I know only one of the Yakuzas has English dialogue, but I played Judgment, and I know it's in the same universe, and I know you love Judgment, and Judgment was really cool, and I loved that. Even though, do you know, it reminded me of, and I know it's a weird comparison, but you remember in the old Tekken when you used to play the almost story mode where you'd run down like the street and you're fighting all different characters.
I think Tekken 6 scenario.
Yeah. So the fighting reminded me of that. So it's almost like the fighting is very much like a fighting game, like a Tekken or something. Not as intricate, because obviously it's a lot more simple. Is that what really draws you to the Yakuza series, or is it more the world and the lore? Because it's almost like Japan's version of GTA.
You know what? It's funny you mentioned the comparison between Tekken and Yakuza, because they were asking people who would they want as a guest character, and the main character of Yakuza was the highest in the voting system of characters that they want in the game. And I agree, it's kind of like that, you know, you running around beating up people. I think it's more or less the realism, the dialogue, what's going on, the stories, again, the NPCs, the non-playable characters, the side quests, all of those things is what people love about Yakuza. For me, it's the same thing, you know, it's based in Japan, you're going around, you know, you're doing the side quests, it just feels real, you know. The fights are, you know, they're proper bloody. You see what's going on, like if you would slam the guy's face into, I don't know, a wall or a car, you can interact with the objects around and stuff like that. That's what makes me really love Yakuza. Again, it's the story. You're on Yakuza 7 right now, so obviously where I'm on Yakuza 2, I want to know more about the characters, the story and stuff like that. It's all good watching on YouTube, because I've watched most of it on YouTube, but there's a lot of stuff that they miss on YouTube where you want to experience it by yourself. So that's what I want to do, really, and that's what draws me into playing the Yakuza series.
How do you feel about, so the Yakuza's basically done the complete opposite to what Square's just done with Final Fantasy, where the new Yakuza's actually going to be turn-based. So they're going away from being like real time, that kind of fighting aspect that you like from fighting games into a turn-based. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, see, that's a problem for me, because I think that's a problem for a lot of people. A lot of people don't like the turn-based. I think I'll get used to it, but the whole thing about Yakuza has always been about the freedom that you have inside the game. As you know, if there's opponents, the goons or whatever, you're running around, you're picking up stuff, you're able to do stuff. It's never been about, oh, it's your turn, what are you going to select? It's always been about, you can do what you want to do in your own time. And that's the problem that I feel like I'll have with Yakuza 7. Not to mention that the storyline is probably good. I did watch some of the stuff and, you know, the subtitles and stuff like that, but
yeah,
it's
I
just
agree.
the freedom.
It seems like a weird game to have as a turn-based,
RPG.
because I get that RPG turn-based games like Dragon Quest 11 and stuff, it makes sense in the world, but in that world seems really weird that you're gonna buck up with someone and then it gets into turn-based. But like the scenes I've seen look pretty cool, but yeah, I'm not too sure. So I didn't know, like, I know that you're into COD. And Valorant's obviously come out, and it's very much CS:GO with like an Overwatch kind of look. I didn't know you was into that kind of CS:GO, that tactical shooting. What makes you interested in Valorant?
Do you know what it was? I've been seeing a lot of people playing it, and I was like, this game looks interesting. And I felt like, you know, just by watching other people play, I was like, this game it looks like Overwatch, but it doesn't look like Overwatch, if you know what I mean. It has those type of elements. So I was
it's got that look, the aesthetic, but the feel was completely different.
Right. So when I was looking at it, I was like, okay, this game looks like it, but it's not. I want to try it out and just see. And I see a lot of, you know, there's a lot of streamers on Twitch that streaming it. I know a lot of people was trying to go and watch it because they on Twitch you get drops, so people wanted to get the game as well.
Yeah.
So I was just watching it one time. I was like, all right, you know, everyone's playing it. It seems like everyone's enjoying it. It's not like, you know, people are just like not enjoying the game. So I said, let me just try it. It's the same thing with like Fortnite. Fortnite was one of the games that I tried, but I was never really great at building.
Yeah.
So
I'm trash at building, fam.
Exactly.
Trash at building.
So I never really got into it, but I said, hey, this game is, I can understand the addiction, but I'm just not, I will never be there with it because I don't know how to build properly. So Valorant doesn't seem like that. Valorant seems like, you know, it's less on the, you know, the building side, which is odd. The less on the hard factor. It just seems like everyone's enjoying the game, and, you know, that's the reason why I want to try out the game and just see. I might end up liking it. I might not. So,
sick.
Yeah.
Alright, so my next question for you is, Bear Games, quarantine. I'm looking my yard too. What do you recommend I should play while I'm in quarantine?
Well, you know, I think you starting off for Yakuza would be good. Yakuza 0 would be the game for you. Just based on the games that you like, from what I saw as well, the games that you kind of like, I really, really think, and you play Judgment as well, I really recommend Yakuza 0. I think you playing this game, it will definitely open up your eyes to the rest of the series. You obviously know about it, but actually diving in, playing it, completing it, like, this is the whole different feeling.
I'm gonna give you a go. Now, before I let you go on too many games, one thing that I really respect about you is you built yourself such a great platform on Twitch, on YouTube, and you've really kind of niched out a market for yourself. What advice would you give to someone who wants to be a content creator, wants to start a Twitch channel, wants to start a YouTube page? What advice would you give for like a future King Jae that's gonna come up and looks at you as an inspiration to be able to kind of be like, raw, like that's someone who's doing what I want to do?
Thank you for the kind words, man, first and foremost. I would say the advice that I would give is just do what you like. If you have a passion for it, you'll definitely get to where you need to get to. Quickly on that subject, I've been doing content creation for like fighting games. I would say not properly, you know, like I've kind of done it as a little hobby for like maybe I'd say 10 years. But taking it serious, I've been doing it for like maybe I'd say 5 years. And when I've been taking it serious is when I've started to see the results. So, you know, if you're actually going to do it, just go hard. Just go hard with it. Produce content.
I love that you said that as well. It's not an overnight success. Like, people might have just heard of you yesterday, but you've been working in both like videography and working within media and music and gaming for years. It's not something that you just started yesterday, and you've put a lot of hard work to get yourself to the point you are right now.
Yeah, 100%. It's just, you just need to, a lot of people, what happens is I've seen a lot of people come and go, both in the music industry and in the gaming industry, and it's purely because they don't see results as fast as they want to. They might be looking at other people, they might be comparing themselves to other people. There's no need to compare yourself to anyone else. You are your own person. You are doing things the way how you are doing it. Some people might be getting the results a bit more faster than you, but it doesn't mean they're going to be having it that longevity. Some people's time is different before your time, and that's one thing that I've learned on this journey, is that your timing will come when your timing is meant to be. So just keep going, just keep doing what you're doing. You know, if you have to, sometimes I find myself drawing out stuff on paper just to see what type of series I want to do, what type of shows I want to do. Brainstorming is a good thing as well. Branding as well. A lot of people have their names, but they don't have logos of their names. And that's one thing that I started to do, I'd say 4 years ago. And I feel like it brings so much uniqueness to your brand. So anytime they see a logo from you, they know that that's you. So stuff like that, even like down to thumbnails on YouTube, you know, if you have like your logos in the corner of each one of them, or even just have your face on all of the videos, then that brings uniqueness to your channel. So anytime someone sends a video out, say for example, if it's your friend and they send a video out to another friend and it has your face on it, your face is getting out there. Your brand is getting out there. So just think about things like that, and just keep going, man, and have fun with it. Do not make this drive you through the ground. Have fun with it, and you'll see. I promise you will see the results.
Sick. King Jae, thank you so much for joining us on Too Many Games. Make sure you follow him because he's dope. Like, his content is sick. I'm not just saying that because he's my brother. His content is actually sick. Make sure you follow him and let us know in the comments, what is your favorite fighting game? Are you a Tekken guy? Are you a Street Fighter? Do you bust up that old school Killer Instinct? And come on, tell me, have you played the Yakuza series? And if you have, what are you loving about it? I've been Mr. Midas. He's been King Jae. Make sure you subscribe and keep watching Too Many Games.